Hello my lovelies, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about Gaultier Divine from Gaultier, whether it's worth your money, whether it's worth your attention. Let me tell you that the bottle is so cute. I love the Gaultier bottles, they're so fun. And the scent is the most important thing in the fragrance. I've got it sprayed now here on my arm. I blind bought the scent because here in the UK, I don't know what it is, but fragrance releases, they take ages to show up in the shops now after Brexit. They're just not available. So I blind bought this scent because I thought from the notes, I think I'll like this. And let's start with the beginning of the fragrance, the top notes. It is very heavy on the watermelon note, which I adore. My all-time favorite Aqua Allegoria Coconut Fizz fragrance had that juicy watermelon, and this has got that. It's so yummy, it's so delicious, it's watery. This fragrance is quite salty as well, so it reminds me a bit with that saltiness like the Olympia fragrance from Poca Rabanne. That sort of a saltiness, that intensity with the vanilla as well. It's also got ylang-ylang in there. It's also got some jasmine, some meringue. They've called this note like meringue, fluffy meringue. And although you read the notes and you might get an idea what this fragrance is like, this fragrance is something that smells a bit different on everybody's skin, and also it depends on the weather. It does really change. I've tried it a couple of times now, and it always surprises me how this fragrance changes depending on the weather. This is a fragrance that you absolutely should try on your skin, because on the scent strip it won't smell the same as on the skin. The creaminess is what I love about this scent. It is so fun, it's so different, and it has that playfulness. You know, some fragrances are there to be prim and proper. This is not one of them. This is a fragrance to be your guilty pleasure. This is a fragrance that is fun, that will smell like cookies, will smell edible, but then not quiet. It's so fun, and I love that playful, youthful spirit of it. Is this a work appropriate fragrance? To me, at least to me, it's not, because it's so fun, so joyous, so strong as well. To me, this would be something that it would be too much in a workplace setting, unless maybe you work for yourself and you're sitting in a room just without anybody there. On my skin, it is very musky. It's almost electric. If you know that, there is that scent when washing comes out of the dryer. It's this warm, fuzzy, electric staticness, and this fragrance has got that all the time, that musky staticness. It makes it smell very cozy and comforting. It's also got a beautiful, just creamy vanillicness that is absolutely delicious. With that saltiness though, sometimes I find that in some weathers, especially when it's a bit warmer, it kind of can turn a bit weird smelling because of that milkiness. With those notes, there is just something that sometimes isn't quite right. Let me know if that is your also experience of wearing this fragrance. But in cooler weather, that's where I think this shines. I love how creamy it is. I love that watermelon note that is a bit salty, that just cuts through the sweetness enough to be also a bit lighter and fresher. Some people have mentioned that this just smells odd to them, smells like eggs or smells like something weird, and in my experience it might be the ylang-ylang note, because to me, ylang-ylang can go wrong sometimes. It's one of those notes that can smell a bit like rotten fruit. I know, it's disgusting, but to me, that is what I sometimes get with ylang-ylang. Like, my nose picks up on it, and maybe some people are picking up on this ylang-ylang note in this fragrance. I don't really. To me, it's totally fine, and I don't have that experience on my skin with the scent, but it is a scent that I would say don't blind buy. Go and test it out, try it, and see how it smells on your skin. But it's totally worth trying it out because it's so fun, so different. It gives you so many notes that are just not usually used in, you know, Chanel perfumes or any traditional French perfume house. This is a fun French perfume house and they are doing something a bit different. If you like the Label line also, then you'll probably like this because it's got ton of sweetness and it's got that same sweet intensity, but I find that this would be perfect for spring and summertime. Although it's quite a strong fragrance, I love that it smells a bit more tropical. It's got the jasmine, that coconutiness as well in here. It's got that saltiness in there. So if you love gourmands but you're looking for something that is wearable in the spring summer, I would say check this out because I think Label line, let me know if I'm wrong, but all those fragrances are quite wintry, very vanillic, very heavy in a good way. But this definitely has got that beautiful saltiness that will be perfect for somebody who's looking for a fragrance like this, sweet for spring and summer. This fragrance is very long lasting and it's got a nice good sillage to it as well, I would say. A slightly above average, so performance wise it's also something that is great. Nobody wants a fragrance that just disappears after 30 seconds. Overall, I would give this fragrance a solid 8 in my book. It's so interesting. It's such a pleasure and fun to have in my collection. So to me, it's a solid 1. It's not a 10 because I've got some fragrances that I'm totally obsessed with that I know I love a little bit more, but this is still very good. Let me know in the comments what you think about this one. How would you rate this? Does it turn that weird ylang-ylang putrid smell on your skin, or is it completely fine? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know and I'll link this fragrance for you to shop as well in my description. It doesn't cost you anything, but it's like a little thank you. I get a bit of commission from the sales if you choose to shop from my link. I don't know how I've got so many fragrances and I haven't broken any bottles yet because I always drop them. I love saying it's just that makes it. Oh yeah. There we go. Jean-Paul Divine Gaultier Divine. Jean-Paul Gaultier Divine Gaultier. Gaultier Divine. What are they calling it? Gaultier Divine. Nice. See you again soon.